guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's look is a day to night inspired by autumn kind of look. I'm just going to crack straight on. So I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Primer, and then I'm going to go on to foundation. So I'm going to be using the Miracle Complexion Sponge by Real Techniques and the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, and this is in Siberia, which is light 1, because I am very pale at the moment. I don't have the tan on or anything like that, and I'm just going to blend this around my face and also on my eyes, just so everything's nice and even. Then I'm just going to move on to concealing under my eyes. So I'm going to be using the Kryolan TV paint stick in 00, and again I'm going to blend that out with the Miracle Complexion Sponge. So I do apologise for my voice. I've just been suffering with tonsillitis, and I'm at the last kind of few stages of it now. I can actually speak now, which is a good thing, but obviously I'm just a bit bunged up and I don't sound too great, so sorry about that. So now I'm just going to set my under eyes with my MAC Transparent Finishing Powder, and I'm just going to be using my beauty blender to do this. So now I'm just going to use my Maybelline Matte Maker in 10 Classic Ivory to set the rest of my face, and this is a pressed powder. So then to bronze up my face, what I'm going to be using today is the Sunset Cheek colour from the Smashbox Art.Love.Colour Palette. I think this is limited edition, but it is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm just going to apply this where I'd normally contour, just to bronze up my skin. Obviously we've just come out of summer and autumn, you know, you're still going to be slightly bronzed. And then I'm just going to take my NYX Insta Flame blush, and I've been using this blush for quite a long time now. It's a gorgeous pink, and it just brings a lot of colour to my cheeks, which is what I need with this being not very well. Now I'm just going to apply a highlighter, and this one is the Shimmer Cheek Highlighter from the Smashbox Art.Love.Colour Palette. Moving on, I'm going to use the colour Custard from the Art.Love.Colour Palette, and I'm just going to apply this into my crease just to darken it up slightly. So now I'm just using the colour Java from that same palette, and I'm just going to apply this to my upper lash line just to intensify and open my eyes slightly. And then on my inner corner, I'm going to use the colour Glow from that palette, which is actually a cheek colour, but I'm going to apply this to my inner corner just to open them up. And now I'm just going to curl my lashes and prep them ready for mascara. So the mascara I'm using today is the Lash Sensational Mascara from Maybelline, and this is the waterproof one because I do have a bit of a struggle on with my mascara and it transferring to my lower lash line. So I'm just going to be keeping the lips really simple today, and I'm just going to be using the Be Legendary Lip Gloss in the colour Pout by Smashbox, and this just adds a nice sheen to my lips. So this is the finished look for the day look. It's just really simple, quite elegant. There's not much going on really. I've just kept it nice and natural looking, so it's just lovely and fresh with obviously a nice nudie kind of lip. So now I'm moving on to the nighttime look. So I'm just taking the shade Custard and a little bit of Sunset, which is the cheek colour, and I'm just going to apply this into my crease as a lovely transition shade. Moving on, I'm just going to be using Cherry Cordial from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette, and this is a really nice kind of very red berry kind of colour. It's gorgeous for deepening up the crease and the outer corner, which is what I typically like to do when I'm wearing more of a darker eye. And I'm just going to blend all that out with a little bit more of Custard just to kind of brighten it up a little bit more and kind of keep the warm tones within the eye. So this part is my favourite part of this look. It's where I'm going to be taking the orange colour, which is called Torch from the Art.Love.Colour Palette, and it really is going to brighten up the eye. This colour kind of reminded me of like pumpkins and things, which is perfect for this time of year when it's approaching October. So now I'm just going to blend all of that out so it looks nice and seamless, and after that I'm going to apply a little bit of Oxidise and Nutmeg from that same palette, which is going to kind of help with the transition over from the orange to brown. And then after that I'm going to apply Java, which is that lovely warm toned brown shade, just to the outer corner of my eye, because it wouldn't be one of my tutorials if I didn't do that. I'm just applying a bit more of the inner highlight using that shade Glow, and now I'm applying my Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to take what remains on that brush I used before, which is the colour Java, and then I'm going to also use Torch in the centre of my eye just to brighten it up and kind of copy what's on the top of my eye. So this next step's really useful for those of you who do struggle with the lower lash line and trying to blend things out. It's just, if you take a slightly tighter packed brush and just blend the colours in, it tends to help a little bit better. And now I'm just going to apply some mascara to my lower lashes, which is something I don't usually do, but I fancy doing it for this tutorial. So I'm moving on, I'm just going to contour the hollows of my cheeks and my forehead, and all I'm going to be doing here is taking the Smashbox Shape Matters palette, and this is the cool toned colour. I'm also contouring my nose, and I've kind of tried filming it here. It doesn't really show up very well, but basically I'm just drawing two lines down the sides of my nose, and then also at the bottom, just where my nostrils are, just to kind of lift up my nose slightly. So next I'm going to take the Sleek, I think it's pronounced Solace palette, and this is a new makeup product of mine. I really like it. The pigmentation is amazing. And now I'm just going to take the NYX Lip Lingerie in Embellishment, and I'm going to apply this to my lips. It's like a kind of mauvey, nudie, purpley colour. It's dries matte, but I didn't want it matte today, so I also applied another Smashbox B Legendary lip gloss, and this one is in the shade Orchid. And so this is the finished look, guys. It's obviously a lot different to what I normally do. I don't normally use like the warmer toned kind of eyeshadows, which is why I wanted to try and involve a little bit more in my channel, just so you guys can see what it looks like as well. And that's the full face there. So if you like this kind of tutorial from the day to night makeup look, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to also subscribe to my channel to stay up to date, and don't forget to comment of any other things you'd like to see in the future. Until next time.